Hey guys, here we go into a video on We Fight How We Train with Guillermo Rigondeaux in preparation for his fight against Casimero. And one of the reasons why I think he's going to get knocked out. Now, this is what we're going to be looking at, is this punch here. And what I want you to focus on is the slight little step he's going to be taking as he transfers his weight into his front foot as he throws this punch, okay? He's going to be stepping into this punch, and this is going to be what we call in Fouts Boxing Channel a pendulum left hand, okay? He's going to look to get his momentum into this punch by stepping into it and chaining multiple weight transitions together, okay? It's a very, very important idea that you understand that this is making two moves at once, okay? Taking a step and then transferring your weight into the punch, and they need to be trained separately, and understanding this is a core idea of understanding proper body mechanics and yada yada. But we're going to talk about why this is a problem for Guillermo Rigondeaux, okay? So, first off, let's show you how he trains, okay? It's some pretty impressive stuff sometimes. He's got some power, and, people will get really impressed when they see mitt work like this. But he's going to be stepping into all of these punches, including that hook, including this left hand. Now, this left hand is the one that he just knocked that guy out with, right? We're going to take a look at that shot again, okay? But he's going to be taking this slight step, slipping his head to the front foot, and then throwing that punch. Picture perfect, right? And then he executes it perfectly in the ring. Now he's going to get going a little bit, start throwing all these punches as he rocks his weight to the front foot. Front foot attack, right? Front foot, right? Trying to lean and get his weight into all of these punches, okay? Now, that's important to understand because it requires him to be on the front foot for all of these attacks, okay? So his head is always trying to be in this very similar position here, no matter what punch he throws. Left hand there, right hand there, right hook there, kind of neutral here, left hand there. But so many of these punches require his weight to be on the front foot that there are often a lot of times in the fight where you'll see him open up in the beginning of his fights, putting on a decent amount of pressure, jumping into these punches, just like he practices, okay? Trying to jump and step into them, but he uses so much energy being this explosive, okay? Now, what I want to talk about is, this is a very, very similar strategy that Errol Spence uses. The only difference is, in Rigondeaux's training, he doesn't throw any jabs, okay? And Errol Spence throws a lot of jabs. And this is very important because the jab is the way that Errol Spence protects his left hand, okay? Because sometimes he gets to the front foot and shoots a jab, and then he can protect himself by blocking or getting to the back half of his line. And sometimes he gets there and shoots a straight left hand. While Rigondeaux can do the same thing with the hooks on the right side, he's also going to be open for more counters then too. And it doesn't give him the opportunity to control the space with a quick enough punch, right? Or a punch that doesn't take as much energy or yada, yada, yada. All of these things add up to this big problem that Rigondeaux has, is that when he gets to the front foot, he has to be punching. And because he doesn't use his jab when he gets here, if he's not punching, he's just going to be eating punches, okay? Notice, he can't actually bring his weight to the front foot and throw any of those big pendulum punches, right? He's having a very difficult time stepping into them here, as Ceja is competing for that space with his own head, right? And because he's in that position and Rigondeaux cannot step with any of his punches, he's just going to be getting beat up on the line here and eating big punches, okay? Now, that's exactly what's going to happen in his fight against Ceja, or against Casimero. Okay, he's going to get stuck on the front foot and be eating big left hooks, I believe. And it's because he doesn't really use his jab very well. Okay, he has to be rocking into his weight and throwing those big pendulum punches. But I want to show you here, even right before he knocks him out, every time he gets to the front foot here, he's attacking. Ceja is attacking him and landing lots and lots of punches. Okay, again, Rigondeaux having a very difficult time stepping into his punches and using that pendulum motion to set his punches up. Right. All the way up until he finds this timing to where he can step, slip, and land this punch. Now, it's very important to understand that Ceja gets up from this punch, and he is fine. Okay? He's fine. The referee stops the fight for whatever corrupt PBC reasons, and Guillermo Rigondeaux goes on to win the fight in a fight that a lot of the fight he was actually just getting beat up, okay? Because he would get stuck on the front foot, trying to get into this training pattern, trying to get into a pattern in which he can drag his weight from the front foot to the back foot with these big power punches. Boom, boom, right? But when someone is competing with you for that space, right, and they can control the space with their own punches, it becomes much more difficult to do this. So you have to have an actual training routine, right? Now, again, Errol Spence, when he's doing this routine, has many, many, many more jabs. As we can see, Rigondeaux throwing hooks and uppercuts instead of jabs, and he doesn't have the ability to control the space without using so many dangerous punches. And again, that's also why he uses so much more energy, and then he gets stuck in positions where he's just moving back, but trying to go forwards, okay? Anyway, there are other routines that you can see of his heavy bag work and stuff and how he trains, and you can kind of see that he has a lot of these patterns in a lot of his training regimens. So anyway, if you're interested in seeing more of the film study, we watch it on Patreon. It's $10 to sign up, and then $10 at the beginning of each month. And there are hundreds of videos. There are hundreds of videos for you to learn to train, where I teach and coach patrons. I teach them from the very beginning, teach them striking, teach them head positioning, teach them body mechanics, all the way up into their sparring, and hundreds of other film studies as well from the most popular fights over the last 2 years. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thanks, guys.